Yeah, here we go. 11.2. Radical equations.
Hi, Kelly. Hi, Kelly. Please come back soon. Kelly. Come back, Kelly. That's what I said.
All right, shh. Okay, radical equations. Back here. Okay, so for example, this is what we're going to do. It'd be easier just to start on examples and then explain it to you. Okay, so we need to figure out what x is. Oh, I don't even have x on here. And you're like, what is x? Well, that's the square root of x equals 4. Oh, shh. Shh. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so to find this, you're going to square both sides. Square both sides because we've got to get rid of the radical sign. Always remember, to get rid of the radical sign, you square it. To get rid of the radical sign, just square it. If you square this, it then becomes x, and 4 squared is 16. And there's your answer.
Whoa.
Because, and you can, don't, calm your thoughts. You can check this by putting it back into the equation. Does the square root of 16 equal 4? It checks. See? That's what we're doing today. All right, let's do another. Any questions so far? All right. Square root of x equals 50. Yes? What? Don't like you. Okay, to get rid of the square root.
Oh, I see. Oh, my gosh.
Shush, you children. Heathen children. Let me teach. You square both sides. And that becomes x, and that becomes 25. I don't like you. Let me teach, man. Any questions? Let's do another. Joseph, let's see if you can do it.
Okay.
Square root of x equals 7. So what does x equal? Very good. Because, and if we check, the square root of 49 equals 7. Pause, Kelly.
Hi, Joseph.
Hi, Joseph. And Kelly, we're back. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, here's a new one that Joseph didn't see. What if we have the square root of x equals -4? Oh. Yes, student. Huh?
16.
So what you're saying is,
Yeah. Because a negative times a negative equals a positive. Well,
So-
negative times a negative, positive times a negative is negative times the negative. Yeah, still positive.
So how can I get this -4? No.
So negative 16.
How about no real solution? Tricky, tricky. Because whenever did I spell that right? You know when you're tired, this doesn't look right? That's right. All right.
Yeah, that's right.
The square root equals
I'm pretty sure whenever is two different words.
no. No.
You know that the word all right isn't a word either. Like AL and then right.
Shh, I can't spell negative now. Whenever the square root equals a negative, there is no real solution. Okay, let's do another one. All right, I'm not going to do that one. Another example because you get it. All right. Solving radical equations.
This is enough space.
No, it's half a page. Solving radical equations.
Why is it called a radical equation?
I don't know. First step, isolate the radical on one side of the equation. So isolate the radical on one side of the equation. Same as isolating the variable that says variable intruder alert. You know, where we isolate the variable, meaning get the letter on one side and stuff. Okay. Square both sides. Of the equation. You're getting rid of the radical sign, just like we did on the other side. Okay, like we did at the beginning of this lesson. So the first thing you're going to do is isolate the radical. You're going to get the radical all by itself on one side of the equal sign, like in intruder. Then you're going to square both sides of the equation, kind of like what I tried showing you to do at the beginning to get rid of the radical sign. Then, shh, don't look at me. And 3, solve the resulting equation if necessary. That says necessary. Do you have a question?
No.
Oh. And then 4, check. And you saw how I checked. It's real easy. How you doing, Tanner?
Good.
Awesome.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I got a lot of work done last night. I feel good. Okay, ready? All right, example. Square root of 3x plus 18 equals 27. Notice that the 3 and the x are under the radical sign. Now, common mistake my students have is handwriting. Again, they're so sloppy that they will accidentally write the x like outside the line, like it'll stop right here. And then they won't pay attention and they'll think this x is on the outside and the 3 is the only thing that's under the radical sign or the radicand. So be very careful with your handwriting. Spread it out. Make sure it's nice and neat so you don't have any problems. Okay, so step 1 was to do intruder alert. We're isolating the radical. This is your radical. We have to make it all by itself. So what do we get rid of?
18.
Atalia, thank you for volunteering. 18. How do I get rid of the 18? You subtract it on both sides. Intruder alert. So then I'm left with radical, I always say radical 3x. And 27 minus 18 is?
9. That is not how you do intruder alert.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh. You would do negative 18 plus 27 with isolating variable.
That's what we did. Negative 18 plus 27.
We didn't.
What the heck did we just do?
Yeah, that is what it is. But we would never write it like that. We would write it out first and then solve it to 9. That's how you've always done it.
What? This is how we always do it,
No,
man.
it's not. You can go look at our past notes. It's not how we've always done it. You would write out negative 18 plus 27. Or,
No,
yeah.
I do it just like this.
No, I
I've been
swear
doing
to you.
this for like
Swear to you.
1,000
Yeah.
years. Don't swear.
Damn it, I don't know. Okay, go look.
I plead the fifth. All right, look, no, we don't have time for this. I'm recording. Shh. We get back to here. I don't care.
I do.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
All right. Oh my gosh.
You taught it to me.
I know, man. This is exactly what we do. You subtract on both sides. This is the intruder. 27-year-old cop is out here. 18-year-old burglar is
Look,
right here.
here.
Bring it to me. Look, can't even get out of your desk.
Yes, I can. Look, okay. So, here for example, look, we isolate the variable and then it goes over here. Like that. Except even if we didn't move this one, we would still do it like that. Every time. Even if the x wasn't there, we'd always do it like that.
Look, right here.
Yeah.
Minus 6x minus 6x.
Right.
No,
And then look,
you
we
can't.
write it here.
No, you can't because it has an x in there.
Even if we didn't have an x.
No, we
yeah.
did not. Go
Yes, we
sit
did.
down. No,
I'll
you got
find
it
it.
confused.
I'll
No, not
find
right
it.
now. You're not.
I'll find it.
Okay, it's all right. We need to move on. Okay, so here's the thing. Step 2, square both sides of the equation because we've gotten rid of everything over here but the radical. So now we've got to get rid of the radical sign, and we do that by squaring both sides. So now we're going to square both sides because we've got to get rid of the radical sign. So then once you square this, you're left with 3x equals 81. Do you understand that? Okay, now, intruder alert. That's right. And we get x equals 27. Any questions? None? All right. Yeah, keep moving because I got 2 more pages of notes. All right, let's do another one. Square root of x plus 4 equals 1. Tell me how to do it.
You got isolate variable.
Okay.
So you subtract 4 from both sides.
And I get
The radical x
radical x equals.
negative 3.
Okay, now we have a problem. When you have this, when you've isolated the radical, all by itself. First, you have to do all this work. When you get to this point, when it's just the radical and then the number, if this is a negative,
Didn't you say earlier it's not?
no real solution. You're right. Good job. Oh, that's all right. All right. I got 4 stars here. To find no real solutions, you must isolate the radical first. You can't just look at it and there be like a negative over here and say, oh yeah, that's got to be no real solution, because you may do some intruder alert stuff that causes it to turn to positive. So you can't just assume. So you must do this first. You must isolate first. Good? Okay. We're being serenaded. You got it? All right. Example. 2x minus 5 equals negative 3. Can I have a volunteer? Atalia, thank you for volunteering. What do I do?
So you're gonna add that on both sides, which you radical 2x equals 2.
Huh? Notice there was a negative over here, but once we isolated it, it became positive. All right, now what do I do?
So then you have to get rid of the radical signs. You parenthesis square.
Square
Yeah.
both sides.
Which gets you 2x equals 4.
4.
4. So now you have to find both sides by 2. Which gets you x equals dose.
Dose. Any questions? All right, let's take it up a notch. Square root, oh, look at that long radical. 68 plus x, all under the radical sign, equals 8. So is it already isolated, or do I need to do something to isolate it? What do I do?
Don't you have to get rid of the radical first?
Yeah, man.
So you put everything under there?
Yep.
Square?
You square this whole bad boy here.
Well, yeah.
Because, see, up here, first you had to move the 5 over to isolate the radical. But now this one's already isolated, but there's a lot going on here. So, yeah, you square both sides. So what do you get?
68 plus x equals 64.
Yeah, man. Now what?
Now you have to subtract, and you have to subtract 68 from both sides, which gets you x equals 4. And then you can't have a negative.
Nope, that's okay.
Oh, that's okay?
That is okay. That's why I like this
just
one.
have the radical sign.
That's right.
That's
See,
okay.
let's look at the difference. So this one is okay because we've already gotten rid of the radical sign. So now we can have a negative. This is not okay because you can't get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. All right. Good job. Let's do, oh, here's another. Take it up a notch. We're just going to keep taking it up a notch. 9 times the square root of x plus 1 equals negative 108.
So
Sit back and look at it and tell me what you think we do. What do we need to get rid of to isolate the radical?
1 and 9.
Well, the 1 is underneath the radical sign.
So 9 first.
Bingo. The 9 is not under the radical sign. It's all by itself out here. So, yes, Atalia, you are correct. How do I get rid of the 9?
No, you divide.
Yes. Look at her go. So 9 is being multiplied with this radical sign, kind of like you would parentheses. So since 9 is being multiplied by this, we're going to divide both sides by 9. Good call.
So you get the
Radical
x plus 1 equals -12.
All right. Now.
You have to square both sides, right? Oh, sorry about that. Wait, but the 1 is still there. It's not isolated yet.
This is under the radical sign.
It's isolated already.
If you have the radical isolated, this is called isolating it. It's all by itself.
But it has the 1 there.
Doesn't matter. If you have a radical sign equals a negative, it's no real solution. Ah, tricky, tricky, tricky. So because we have the radical sign equals a negative, it is no real solution. Be very, very careful, children. Tricky, tricky. But at least you understood how to do this. Yeah, man. All right, let's do another one. Hey, if you understand these really well, these examples, we won't have to do so much book work. 2x plus 1. So 4 times the square root of 2x plus 1 equals 24.
Okay. So you have to divide both sides by 4, which gets you radical 2x plus 1 equals 6.
Okay, so we've isolated the radical. It's all by itself. And this is positive, so we can move on.
So now you have to does PEMDAS, is that a thing in this? Like having to divide?
We have to get rid of this first.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. So you square both sides.
Very good. We square both sides.
Which gets you 2x plus 1 equals 36.
Keep in mind, children, because you may see this on the Iowa, you may not, but you'll definitely see this in your future. Anytime you want to get rid of the radical sign, you square both sides. All right, now what do you do?
Now you subtract 1 for both sides. Which gets you 2x equals 35. Okay, now you have to divide 2 by both sides, which gets you x equals 17.5.
100%, man. How you feeling? Huh?
Not good right now, but math I'm fine.
Okay. You think you're ready to go?
No, I want to do some more.
Seriously?
That's fine.
Okay. Well, I was going to set you free, but we can go. How about we do 2 more? From page 459. Let me see one that maybe be a little different. I think you have this. Hold on. Yeah, I'm trying to find one that is different than what we've been doing. You do not have your book open. I cannot move forward till you have your book open. All right, number 7. -3 times radical x equals -18.
Okay. So we have to divide both sides by -3. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did we always divide x thing?
Yeah, because this is together, so we're getting rid of it.
Have we been
Look, this is what I'm talking about, man.
Oh, I haven't been doing.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You're like, you've never done it before. Are you sure about that, Ed? See, line, because this is
I
one
haven't,
whole.
I haven't been doing it like that. I've just been doing it like under 4 and under 9.
All right, do you understand though?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Okay, so
Yes.
so that can't. Yeah. So now you have radical x equals 6.
+6, because negative divided by negative. All right, what do I do now?
Now you gotta get rid of the radical, so you square both sides, which x equals 36.
All right, let's do another. You ready? Let's do 13. I have 5 times x minus 2 under the radical sign equals -15. All right, tell me what to do.
Okay, so you gotta divide both sides by 5. So now you have radical x minus 2 equals -3. Now you gotta get rid of the radical sign, so you square both sides, which gets you x minus 2 equals 9. Right? How far? Oh my gosh. Okay. Just been sitting there.
So you isolate the
I keep forgetting
radical. If there's after you isolate it, if it equals a negative, then it is no real solution.
That's so
Gotcha. No.
Yeah.
Page
I messed up.
459. You're fine.
Oh my.
To 460. You got this, girl. What's he do? 1, 2.
1 through 3 odd. No, even. 1 through 3 even.
Mm. 2 through 24 even. That is 12 problems. That is due Wednesday. I do not have a quiz or anything in your future.
Never again.
I didn't say that.
You said in the future.
In the near future.
Bye,
All right.
Kelly and Joseph.
It's already done. Oh, no, it's not. Bye.